Hello and welcome back to the game on Arena and on the first game of Lords of the West, the new expansion featuring the two new civilizations, DracKeN playing in teal as the Sicilians and Lukas, his opponent, I think he's 2k plus at least, playing in red as the Burgundians. Now I made DracKeN actually play this because he streamed it and I used 10k of the channel points that I gathered and said, yeah, let's go for a new civilization. I want to have a quick look at the technology tree first. If you know this, you can skip it, but I want to see what I'm up to. Sicilians, characterized as an infantry civilization, castles and town centers built faster, looks interesting. Less bonus damage, okay, can be helpful. Farm upgrade provide plus 100% additional food. That's beautiful. It will save you a lot of wood in the long run. And you get these dungeons, these better towers, I guess, more expensive, that can create sergeants, and these sergeants can also build these. Then we have the sergeant as an infantry unit. First crusade, each town center, maximum of 5, spawns a one-time patch of 10 sergeants. So if you're up to, like, even Castle Age, it's a Castle Age tech, but even up to Imperial Age, you get the 5th town center, you're going for this. And go for Elite first, you suddenly have plus 50 military units. That's big. And Scottish is some team bonus, more or less. Each team member, one-time payment of 15 gold. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Transport ship, not really interesting for us. Plus 10 armor against anti-ship attacks. Okay, nice. Arbalest available, but I think they're missing the last defense upgrade. Full barracks as far as I can see. Light cavalier, okay. Bloodlands and husbandry, so that's not too bad actually for Castle Age on Arabia probably. Siege ram, on it, heavy scorpions, no bombered cannons. What else do we have? Yeah, dock is not really important for us. They're missing fortified wall, which is interesting, and no keeps, no guard towers, but they have the dungeon, so you don't really need those. Architecture, you're not a big problem, I guess. And then we have those dungeons available in Feudal Age, obviously, and you can create a sergeant in Feudal Age already. Elite sergeant, of course, only in Imperial Age. First crusade, 300 food, 600 gold, and that gives you up to 50 of these units. That's a really good trade-off. Their monks are looking quite poor. Sanctuary available for, okay, you can't really go for monk rush, but you're fast enough to get some relics in probably. And economy looks quite decent as far as I remember. 2 men are missing, but that's pretty much it. Let's go for the Burgundians, the other new civilization that we get. They seem really, really OP. Maybe not on Arena, but also on Arena, I think. We have economy upgrades available 1 age earlier. Double relics and horse cooler in Dark Age, for example, and they get all the economy upgrades. So the wood upgrades earlier should be a really good impact. It's a cavalry civilization. Stable technologies cost minus 50%. We have hand cannoneers for them. No arbalest. Elite skirmishes, alright. Barracks seems critical. Missing supplies here. Then we have cavalier available in Castle Age. And they cost, the upgrade costs only half. They are better knights. The missing bloodlines getting husbandry, so for 150 food, 150 gold, you get basically a bloodlines knight with plus 2 attack, is that correct? But it can make a big difference because suddenly you have cavalier on the field and they are just quite strong. Paladin, of course, available as well. Costs also only half to upgrade, which is huge. Paladins are so cheap to upgrade then. They're missing most of the siege, but getting bombard cannons, that's quite nice. They're missing the ring archer armor as well. And then we have the Flemish Revolution, which is a crazy form of upgrade. Burgundian vineyards in Castle Age convert all food into gold, which is interesting, but not sure. I guess it is quite situational. But Flemish Revolution is just ridiculous because you can endgame that. Upgrade all existing villages to Flemish militia and allow them to be created at the town center. That means you have an army fighting, maybe 60, you have 120 villages behind that. You do the Flemish Revolution and suddenly you have 180 military units and you can just go for your opponent so bad. And then there is the other big thing, Custodian. 55 food, 55 gold, which is quite nice, but it gets a rechargeable first attack. And that's like plus, what was it, 35 in Castle Age and plus 44 for Elite in Imperial Age. So you can get up to 55 attack at the first hit, and you need to recharge, so you get the 11 plus something from the Imperial Age, from the blacksmith. But it's just crazy because you can one-shot so many things. Not buildings, doesn't work there, thank God, but you can one-shot villagers, you can go Elite Custodians against Paladins and you know you're going to win. You can go through Halberdiers like they're nothing, it feels at least, and their Monastery is also quite good. Cavalry civilization missing healthy, and theocracy was not a big problem. Flemish militia is not too bad, not quite sure what screwed up the health. 906 doesn't make sense here, but it's a really interesting unit. And then again, wheelbarrow in Dark Age, we have gold mining, stone mining, double bit X, horse color, all in Dark Age, and they get all these economy upgrades. So Bowsaw in Feudal Age should be a really good boom, and the team bonus relics generate both gold and food. So that's something else to get. Burgundians seem to be really, really, really strong. Did I miss anything? Gunpowder units attack 25% faster. That's why the hand cannoneers are here. That's also so beautiful. Let's see how this game is going. I want to show you the point of view from DracKeN, really, because I watched the game, but I didn't watch all of it. And I want to see the start of his game, what he's going for, and I also missed the end. That was quite bad luck, because I wanted to see the Sicilians, and then I didn't see all of the end at least. So for now, pretty standard. He's moving around. We can see a main gold forward. We can see a third gold on the right hand side. The boars there. The deer are quite close in these generations. We have 6 villagers on these. Is it llamas? It's llamas. And now DracKeN is sending the villager on the right hand side to get a wooded lumber camp up. Also, all pretty standard here. I don't think we're going to see any big surprises. Is it going to be a donjon rush? That's the big question. You could go like a tower rush. The donjons cost like, what's what, 200 stone and like 75 wood or something. They are quite expensive, but the sergeants can build more of them, so you don't need the villagers for that. And that should make the rush quite interesting. Of course, we have now 3 villagers on wood, which means the rush is more than likely you would want to go for 4 villagers if you go for a fast castle boom. And we could also see DracKeN push the deer really soon. He's scouted all of his base already. We are minute 4 and 30 seconds, and the scout is now moving out to get a little bit more information. Is he missing some? Is he missing the llamas here? He's going to pick them up, and then he should have everything that he needs. Second boar on the way, of course, with a mill up. And there is, was that 8-9 villagers already underneath the TC. You want to get as much food as possible early on to go up to Feudal Age fast. It's sad to say that's probably going to be like a tower rush game, and the first possible chance to see this on my channel. But okay, this is also played before any hotfix, because as you probably know, Lithuanians are bugged completely. Yeah, you get the +4 for the relics, of course, on their cavalry units, but then there is also the option to drop the relic out and get it back in, and suddenly you have +1 more, and you can go like +50, +100, plus whatever. It's just bugged, and of course there's also the bug where you can build like a gate over your opponent's walls when they're not in your sight, but you have seen them, and suddenly the wall's destroyed, the gate is open, you will be fine. DracKeN is actually going for a very interesting build here. It looks like a fast castle to me in the end, and I don't even remember, did he go forward or not? This is a fast castle at 24, and he went for 3 villagers only on the wood line, went up for 1 more later on, went for a second lumber camp, so now we have the 8 villagers. And I guess it's not really that important how the build order looked, because it's quite standard. Getting the deer now, he's got a good amount of vision on the map already, pushed all the deer in, and he's also not getting house as far as I remember. Yeah, he's sending 1 villager to build that house, 2 more to build the market blacksmith, I imagine. Is it the 3 of them? There's the market coming up, there's the blacksmith coming up, and he should have enough resources to click up to Castle Age when he is when he has created the 2 villagers. Now we have Lukas on the way up to Feudal Age. He went with a few more villagers, which makes sense. I imagine he went for double pickaxe early on, maybe even horse collar. I guess it's gonna take a while to figure out how to use the Burgundians best in a boom game when you want to go for strong economy. But double pickaxe in Dark Age should be the first upgrade you're doing on Arena, definitely before Loom or anything else. Wheelbarrow doesn't really make sense, and therefore we are going to see barracks for DracKeN and delayed Castle Age, at least a little bit for Lukas, but on the way now as well. And I guess even like 28, 29 pop. It's actually 30 population for him. Interesting, but it makes sense. Your economy will be quite strong here. And DracKeN can see the 5 relics. He can see both the stones. He can see his opponent's second stone on the side, but hasn't seen more of the walls yet. And of course, DracKeN is going to try and get as many relics in as possible, seeing that the relics for your opponent are creating food, gold and food. You definitely don't want to give him 5 of those precious relics, and therefore he is sending 2 spearmen. He didn't go for a stable, which, yeah, that's alright, I guess. Sicilians are a infantry civilization. Why would he go for a stable at this point in the game? We do see Burgundians with the, was it light cav even? Which would make sense, because it only costs half to upgrade them, and light cav should get a good amount of map control in. TC coming up on the left-hand side on the wood line, another TC not coming up yet, maybe on the gold, maybe on the stone, I'm not quite sure what you need here. And we have what's it called? I forgot. Both saw two-man saw. Is it two-man saw? Coming up at minute 18, roughly 17, 18. So we do see the power of that build. When you go for the 3rd wood upgrade at 18 minutes time, you know you're gonna have a really, really strong economy. Now DracKeN tried to get this relic in, but there was 2 or 3 of these scout cav or light cav around. He's got 2 relics, which is really nice. He's going to try and grab the 3rd one. Is he going to be able to do it? Looks like Lukas didn't go for the relics at all, but he's caught up. You can see it here. He's got a score lead. And also a light cav for sure. That monk is dying, but DracKeN is getting in relic number 3. And I think Lukas is just focusing on his boom now. Not going for relics at all. That is a mistake in my opinion. Especially seeing that you have the light cav already. Why not go for a monastery, send 2 monks, get at least 2 relics, maybe 3, maybe fight for number 4. But like this, DracKeN will be happy about the relic situation, and he's also able to take down 2 of these light cav, at least guard a relic, and he should be able to get all 5 of them while having a decent boom, a lot of gold in the bank. He's not using any of this, so he might need to balance his economy or just wait for the resources to come in. Farm number looking good. He's building a lot of mills. I'm not quite sure about the ideal farm placement here. Do we want to go for 4 farms around a mill, for 8, for 6 maybe? But it's not really a big thing. I just don't like it when you go for 3rd row in like mid-castle age. That's just ugly. We have, looks like a village was attacked here, but 2 villagers building a TC outside on that 3rd gold. University coming up in front of the main gold, interesting choice. And now that's only 30 C for DracKeN, so he was going for... I'm not sure, why did he go for 3 TC so late? He wants to go for fast Imperial Age here. Does not want to see the Burgundians go with Custelier, with full Custelier, because it would just be so hard to defend. TC number 4 coming up. You also want to get as many TCs as possible, because you want to spawn those surgeons. And we also have villagers now moving forward to, I guess, build a forward castle. He's close to getting those 650 stone that you need. I don't think we're going to see a dungeon here first. Doesn't make sense. Pikeman upgrade done against the cavalry that you're expecting. And there's the castle coming up. Let's see if anything changes. Yeah, the pikeman did not attack here. And there's the cavalier. That's Castle Age Cavalier. 12 attack, 2+2 done. This is interesting. No bloodlines, let's remember. But they can be really strong. There's the castle, and now the first trebuchet on the way. We do see the 3rd gold for Lukas. We do see the stable, and on the right hand side we have a castle coming up for Lukas, so he's sneaking around, he's going for the TC, sending a battering ram in, and DracKeN suddenly is facing a forward castle on his own base, but he's the one with the trebuchets. He's got attack advantage. That's a lot of villages here. Look at this, this is just beautiful. DracKeN does not have the military units to attack them, but we could see the, what was it called, First Crusade really soon, and then we suddenly have 50 units to attack all of these. At the same time we have rams attacking the gate, will go down. DracKeN walling this, he's sending the villagers back from the main gold, and halberd upgrade done, very important to see against these cavalier, because they can still do a lot of damage. 12+1 attack now. So this is where the bonus attacks comes in, basically. And here's the Custelier. 8+36. That's the first attack on a unit, not a building. So you're getting 44 damage output here, and that's just the, let's say, Castle Age standard Custelier. But you do see a lot of commitment to Castle Age, and we have Lukas with the 2 batteries moving forward, the castle coming up for DracKeN, and here are not many halberdiers left, but we have a very solid position for DracKeN, as there is no siege units that can actually take that castle down. Rams won't work as long as there are few halberdiers, and DracKeN also could go for the sergeants here. He's got a castle at home now. He's going to attack the rams. He's walling them in, which is really nice. You don't want to see those Custodians go in and attack your villagers. And of course, economy is basically in the back of his base, while Custodians are trying to go in. You could see it here. That was 8+1, but when you didn't attack for some time, that's 8+36. I'm not quite sure how fast they recharge. It's just ridiculous. By the way, if you want to see the yeah, how ridiculous it actually is, how funny it can be. Watch Neely's video on the expansion pitch. He's got it on his YouTube. It's a 3-minute video. It's comedy gold in my opinion, and it's about like Sicilians being basically Italians, at least geographically. And yeah, a lot of people on YouTube comments were saying, hey, Franks, it's, Burgundians stand up basically Franks here. Was quite funny. I enjoyed that a lot. Now we do see the Costolier and Cavalier mixture, and we also have the Imperial Age coming in at 32 minutes, which is still a decent time. We have that castle is getting attacked by another ram here. DracKeN doesn't see it. I was not going to lose it. Quite sure about that one. And we do see Cavalier and Costolier trying to go forward, but we're going to see trebuchets. We're going to need trebuchets, or wait, bombard cannons available? I think so. Not quite sure. Bombard cannons available for Burgundians. Yeah, not for Sicilians as far as I remember. And then it could be interesting. Now, we should see DracKeN going for that first crusade really soon. Maybe he's waiting for the elite upgrade. I think he hasn't done it for the sergeants. He managed to take down a ram and repair that castle. He's going with another TC. I think that's TC number 5, right? 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 TCs. He had a 5th TC outside, he lost it. And we do see elite skirmishers in the field now, which makes sense as you want to counter those halberdier, at least for a little bit. In the meantime, we have DracKeN moving forward, and he's going for the first crusade now. I think he didn't go for the elite upgrade yet, but it's maybe they can upgrade later on. That's not a big problem. And that's going to give him, does he have the 5 TCs? That's his main TC, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 TCs for now. So it's going to give him 40 military units suddenly. Let's see the population. DracKeN is on 130, and the upgrade is about to come in, 76%. In the meantime, we feel back and forth here, but it's not really important. DracKeN waits for his chance to go for these beautiful units. And there they are. There's the sergeants. 8+1, 3+3, 3+4. Their stats are amazing. They're not elite, but it's not a big problem as there is now 40 more military units on the field, and DracKeN is sending them to go for these Custody Cavalier, and especially the elite skirmishes are his target. So we have cavalry and elite skirmishes against infantry units. Imperial Age is there for Lukas. He should be going for the Paladin upgrade or for Elite Costolier, one of both. Maybe he can go for both actually. One trebuchet moving forward, and now 180 population. That was 130 a minute ago. We're going to see those groups of sergeants moving forward. We have ballistics on the way for these elite skirmishers, bracer as well to make them stronger. They're actually missing also chemistry. You can see the 3+3 attack now, and that's just beautiful. Look at that army surrounding the Burgundian cavalry and elite skirmishers, but that's actually the wrong way to fight, and DracKeN is going to maneuver his sergeants to the right hand side, try to attack with the halberdiers here, and Lukas in the score lead, but DracKeN is in a decent position. Now there is Cavalier moving onto that castle. Lukas probably doesn't have a castle at home. DracKeN lost the trebuchet here, and actually score-wise it's beautiful. Lukas is so far ahead, he should have a very strong economy. He's got 135 villages, as you can see here. I don't want to show his base. I'm really curious to see this from DracKeN's point of view. Chemistry coming in, Paladin for half cost coming in, the upgrade. That means, what was it, like 1350 food, that's now 700, and not even 700, 675. Gold also costs only half gold cost. It's so cheap, and Paladins are still strong, obviously. Custodier though is the better choice. So sergeants are elite now, 11+1. That's 7 melee and 8 pierce armor. That's basically a slower elite eagle warrior, but with a ton of melee armor and a very, very decent damage output. Sergeants are quite OP, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get nerfed with one of the next patches. But for now, of course, they want to sell their copy of the version of this game. They want to sell the Lore of the West. So you make the new civilizations OP as usual and bring a few bugs as usual, which is quite sad, but okay. Trebuchet hitting that castle, nice idea here. DracKeN has a beautiful map presence, and Lukas is trying to get a good fighting position, but he's not really gaining it. And there's now a lot of elite skirmishes, and there's also, Flemish militia. Do we see the revolution? Yes, there it is. Military numbers, 184 for Lukas. I didn't see it. I did not catch it up until now. This is gonna be crucial. This is the all-in move. You don't have any villagers left. I think he doesn't even have relics. That means you need to produce a few more villagers, and you should win the game by now. Flemish militia +1, no armor upgrades at all, because he didn't go for any infantry upgrades, I guess, or they are not benefiting from those. That's also possible. The Cavalier only +1, so I'm guessing he did not go upgrade them. Those militia should get their upgrades in before you go for that revolution, Flemish revolution. But you can see it here. those units in their numbers, they are taking on the castle now. They should be able to take down most of the halberdiers, and elite sergeants, they might not fall fast, but they're falling because that's 13 attack. And now we also have the arson upgrade coming in. So DracKeN now, not in a score lead, but almost. There was a quick change here, and military numbers 97 suddenly. Looks like Lukas lost a lot of those very quickly, lost probably most of his cavalry, and now he's suddenly in a very bad spot, and DracKeN is realizing, okay, I just need to defend now. I should be able to like get an economy lead, a big economy lead, get the military lead afterwards, because this is really an all-in move. These Flemish Revolution, it can win you the game immediately. If you're attacking and then go for this, your opponent doesn't stand a chance. But like this, he was not really attacking DracKeN, and he has a very solid base. He's now walling the right-hand side, which makes sense. He's gathering his units at home, and he's also going for more sergeants, I guess, from the castle. Could also go for 2 dungeons, actually, and produce there, but I'm not quite sure. It doesn't really make a big difference. A few more houses coming up. He's obviously losing all the forward, and he doesn't have any gold control left. Those few elite sergeants and the rest of that one halberdier, they're going to fall over time. But DracKeN is safe at home. 155, 156 population. He's got gold to take. He's actually taking stone outside. He's got mangonels coming up. And yeah, I think he's happy here. He's got 5 relics, is that correct? Where's the monastery for him? It's quite forward, but 5 relics is going to give him quite a lot of gold. And 26 against 96 villagers, you know, this is going to end if Lukas cannot go for a big attack quickly here. And for now, those Flemish militia, they are not looking too pretty going forward. They are just standing in the middle of the map trying to catch the rest of these units. And DracKeN has an advantage now. Let's see if we can convert it. We have elite sergeants, halberdier. We are on a solid 150 population. What is DracKeN's idea now? I actually want to go a little bit forward now, as I don't see a big fight happening anytime soon unless Lukas is approaching DracKeN's walls. He's going with another castle, which is nice. We're going to see more elite sergeants probably. They're missing a few attack upgrades. Maybe it's the gold cost that, or the gold situation that is making DracKeN not upgrade that. There's 2 palisades forward, which doesn't really matter, and onager upgrade done. Possibly against the elite skirmishers, maybe also against the Flemish militia, I'm not quite sure. Could work. We could also see a cut into the base, but that's pretty unlikely at this point. And there they are. Flemish militia moving forward, still missing attack upgrades. Was it a crossbowman upgrade? It's possible. Burgundians, did they get the arbalest? Both missing armor upgrades, I think, but it's possible to get arbalest here. And arbalest don't look good against the elite sergeant, so not quite sure about that one. We are waiting for the big attack to happen, and it's not really happening. Elite sergeants and the Flemish militia going forward to that mining camp, but there is no target at all outside. DracKeN is giving up all map control, he's giving up that gold outside, he's giving up the extra gold, which Lukas could take, and Lukas is back on 75 villages. Suddenly it doesn't really look so good for DracKeN in my opinion, but he's on 190 population. And even though he's not more military units, he's got better value in my opinion. And there is those onagers moving forward. I think onagers should be really good against these Flemish militia then. Of course also against the elite skirmishers. And that's DracKeN's chance to fight back, and I think he's taking it now. There's a good amount of elite sergeants in the field. 42 actually. Remember, those are beats. 75 HP, that's pretty good for an infantry unit. 15 attack, and again 7 melee and 8 pierce armor. Are you kidding me? And they can be produced from dungeons as well, which are cheaper than castles, so you could go for a lot of these. And now we have DracKeN low on resources, but with the attack here, going for that siege workshop, because why not, I guess. There's also a few stables here, and the onagers are in the open. I think Lukas could just go for them, but DracKeN of course is close and is not going to allow this. There's a few villages taking gold, as we can see now. On the right hand side there's a lot of these archer ranges, but DracKeN doesn't really care. He's going forward now. He's trying to do damage at Lukas's home, and those villages are doomed. We have more onagers following up. Onager was a really interesting choice. Maybe Siege might be an option as well, but the onagers just seem to be a lot better against those militia. And that gate should go down really fast. We have DracKeN keeping his army together, saying, yeah, as long as you're not attacking me, I'm going to move forward, I'm going to attack you. The military numbers, as we can see, are quite equal. Villager numbers, not bad for Lukas, he recovered quite fast here, but the thing is, DracKeN is moving in. And remember, those are basically slower Elite Eagle Warriors when it comes to melee armor, and I think their attack is higher, right? Like the Aztec's Eagle is 18, 19 attack, 17 attack, 9 plus 8, and that's 11 plus 4, so they have more attack than a standard Elite Eagle Warrior. We have Halberdiers forward, and I don't see any more cavalry units really. The Onagers, could get big shots in. Flemish Militia coming back. They can also be produced from TCs, but I don't think Lukas has the resources, and those Onagers are just so dangerous. Hand Cannoneers now on the field, 17 plus 4 attack, they're shooting faster. Cavalier, that's not Paladin, either he stopped the upgrade or he lost that stable that did the upgrade. I don't know why there's a Cavalier left. And yeah, DracKeN is just happily going into Lukas' space and saying, hey, what do you have? You have a few villages? Yeah, I'm going to take those down. You have a few TCs? I don't care, my sergeants are surviving any TC fire. And there's the Onagers coming in. Lukas is basically running away now. We do see bombard cannons for him coming up, is that correct? Did I see bombard cannon somewhere? And the thing is, yeah, look at that TC, that's going down so fast. The villages are pretty much doomed now. And at this point in the game, I'm going to remove the Fog of War. I want to see what Lukas actually left. Nothing here in the back, a few houses. Cavalier did not go for Paladin. On the right hand side, a small amount of eco is taking gold here. On the left hand side, he's actually got a castle coming in, another TC up on that stone. He's got a few villages on the wood line, but there is the sergeants coming in, and they're three-shotting those villages, I think. That's quite strong. And hand cannoneers, but all flooding into Lukas' space. DracKeN is happy, I think. He's moving out now, he's going with the castle, and Lukas is realizing, okay, I'm at 63 population, I lost half of my villages, I don't have any Flemish militia left, no military units, and he's calling the GG. What a nice showcase of the new unique technologies, of those pretty strong unique units. Custodian not really in action. I'm quite sad about that because I really wanted to see them, but there's other chances, there's other games, other channels as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next games. GG.